A very warm welcome, everybody, to the Drivers' Press Conference ahead of the FIA Formula One Spanish Grand Prix. Two lots of drivers coming your way today. Our first cast, if you like, nearest to me, George Russell, then Max Verstappen, Esteban Ocon, Zhou Guanyu and Nico Hülkenberg. Very warm welcome to you all. Now, Esteban, let's start with you because it's something of a home Grand Prix for you. Remind us of your Spanish heritage.
Yes, yes, I have a lot of family, obviously, that lives around the circuit, and yes, my grandparents, are Spanish. So yeah, for me, it's almost 2 weekends home race, very close. So yeah, it feels good to come here, ready to attack the weekend. Obviously, we're coming from a very good one, so yeah, I can't wait to attack this one.
Well, look, let's throw it back to Monaco quickly. A tremendous weekend by you and Alpine. First up, how wild did the celebrations get on Sunday night?
Thank you. Yeah, it's been pretty wild. Yeah, for sure. Great to celebrate with my team. We were, all out, partying, and yeah, it's been awesome to just have everyone got a great reward after all the hard work and a difficult start of season. So yeah, we can be all pleased of what we've achieved. Obviously fit to the ground coming to this weekend. It's going to be a good test to see where the car is exactly after putting all these upgrades on it. Yeah, it's a track that everyone knows super well. So yeah, looking forward to test that.
Can we just do a compare and contrast? Can we compare your Monaco weekend, where you finished third, with your Hungary weekend a couple of years ago, where you won? Which was the better weekend in terms of what you were doing in the cockpit?
I think they both had a lot of similarities. I think getting very, very good lap in qualifying has been obviously more key in Monaco than Budapest, but I also had a very good weekend in Budapest on the Saturday, and we were very competitive. But I would say, it's not a win, so it doesn't taste as good. But obviously, it's been a while since I've been on the podium, and getting it on pure merit that time to have that podium, it's something special.
Look, final one from me. Was it a Monaco special last weekend, or can you reproduce that form here in Spain?
Well, we're going to give it all to be able to reproduce it, that's for sure. We're not here just to participate, but as I said, fit on the ground. It's going to be a good test for us exactly to evaluate where we are after putting this update on the car. And I think there's no better track to see where the car is exactly than here.
All right, best of luck with that. Thank you very much. Now, Joe, let's come to you. Belated happy birthday. You turned 24 just a couple of days ago. How were those celebrations, and have the team done anything special this weekend?
Yeah, obviously not big celebration because it's back-to-back, and obviously I didn't have the result like Esteban to have a good night in Monaco. But yeah, from my side, just stayed actually with family back home, and then yeah, to be ready for this weekend. So actually, as many of you probably know, we have the package already for Monaco, but it's very transparent for the circuit like that because it's one-off special tracks like that. So it will be great to be seeing where we are and turning up to the track like here, and especially with the last sector changing, and we really can see how this works for us, and hopefully that brings us a little bit 1 foot step up, which I think we feel like we needed since the very beginning of the season.
You guys had a filming day before the start of the season here in Barcelona. How much of an advantage is that for you?
I think it's, obviously it's good to be here, but then filming days, there's only a amount of laps you can reach. And I think you get 1 or 2 push laps, that's it. And yeah, in general, it's a track that everybody did 100 laps, 1,000 laps in the sim. I'm sure everyone knows the track, and it's more about the details and how much confident you feel on the high-speed tracks. But yeah, personally, I do like more the high-speed tracks than the slow technical, a bit more like Monaco tracks. So yeah, for me, hopefully that can play into the hands of my driving style, hopefully, and yeah, achieve better results than let's say the previous race.
All right, best of luck with that. Thank you very much. Nico, coming to you now. Go on then. You've had a long career in Formula One. How many laps of Barcelona do you think you've driven in your life?
Ooh, too many. Yeah, obviously we came here so much, back in the day. Winter testing, sometimes still. I remember from before my F1 full-on years testing around here. So a fair few. Although I've never done, this new sector. 2 corners different, 2 quick right-handers. So we'll explore them tomorrow, see what it's like. But haven't been here since 2019.
In the 90s, they had that layout.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Were you there?
No, you?
I was there? Maybe
You
not.
sound like it back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah. Yeah, it's been 4 years, though, that I've been here, so it feels like a fresh and new Grand Prix to me.
Look, can we throw it back to Monaco to learn more about how you're going to go this weekend? Because you had a new front wing there. What impact did that have on performance?
Well, Monaco didn't quite go so well for us. It was a difficult weekend as a team, so we put that behind us. I think, coming here, fresh weekend. I think we'll get more of a clue how the update is working, how the front wing is performing. Obviously, also back to a classic or permanent racetrack. Feels like pretty street circuit dominated the last few Grand Prix. So nice to be at a normal track for once. But I think it should suit us better, more flowing, more high speed. If you compare that with Melbourne and Jeddah, hopefully we will be in a better position here.
Right, best of luck with that. Thank you, Nico. Max, let's come to you now. Before we talk Formula One, tell us about your morning on the high seas. What have you been up to today?
I've been on the water a little bit. Just getting to experience a bit more like towards the America's Cup, what's going to happen, right? And just getting a bit of an insight as well of what they have to do on the boat. There are 8 guys on there, which is a bit different, of course, to us. Just driving, alone in the car, but it's still, all about communication and working together, which in a way, of course, we also do when we're driving. So it was a good morning out on the water.
Were you impressed by the tech on
yeah,
the
it looked great. It was really nice to experience all that. No, luckily not. No, it was good.
A bit pale.
Oh, that's probably still from Sunday night.
Well, look, Max, come on. Let's talk about Monaco. I mean, it was such a tremendous weekend by you, both in qualifying and the race. How do you reflect on it? Was that your best weekend of 2023?
I don't know. I mean, it was probably a good one. We knew that coming into the weekend, it was probably not going to be our strongest weekend on the calendar, but I think we still managed well. Qualifying was very close, but Monaco is always quite chaotic and hectic in qualifying. But then in the race, I think, we had to do, of course, that very long stint on the medium, which wasn't planned, but we had to. So we just had to stay out there and had to wait for, what Fernando behind me would do. And then, of course, the rain started to come down. It was all very chaotic, and it's not the nicest thing to happen to you when you're in the lead. And it starts raining. You don't want to take too much risk, but you don't want to lose too much time. But overall, it was a good race. But also, once I crossed the line, I was like, I'm happy the weekend is over. It's very hectic and quite stressful. So I'm also looking forward to this weekend. It's a proper racetrack, and this is where a Formula One car comes alive.
And Helmut Marko says that you're going to be running some upgrades here, that you're going to do something different with the car here. What can you tell us?
I think Helmut got a bit excited as well. So I don't know. I mean, we just do our normal program. And nothing crazy.
Do you think this will suit the car?
It should do.
On paper, it looks pretty good.
Normally, yes. But I mean, we still, of course, need to find a good balance. But I think as long as we have a good balance in the car, we can have a good weekend.
All right, many thanks. Good luck to you. Now, George, can we throw it back to Monaco first of all? You were pretty hard on yourself on Sunday night in Monaco. 8th on the grid to 5th in the race. Looked like a decent day's work, yet you wanted more.
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking with Esteban about us because we didn't pit from the hard onto the medium. We was effectively in P3 and then, made a bit of a mistake on the outlap. Even under the yellow flag, wasn't even pushing, but that's just how challenging the conditions were out there for everybody. And shame to miss those two extra positions to not be on the podium, but Esteban deserved it that weekend, so we would have been overstretching had we achieved it. Nevertheless, history now, and looking forward to this weekend.
Well, where do you think your car sits in the pecking order now? Because after that good double points finish by you guys in Monaco, you're now just 1 point behind Aston Martin. Do you think you're the third fastest car, second fastest car?
I think there's a big variety from Saturday to Sunday performance. I think when you look on Saturday performance, we're certainly behind Ferrari and Aston Martin when you look, and sometimes, the Alpine as well. When you look onto the Sunday performance, we're probably a little bit closer to Aston Martin. But this weekend will be a good test. We'd like to think we can jump ahead of Ferrari globally, close that gap to Fernando, as he is definitely pretty fast, and try and get close the gap to Red Bull and get P2 in the constructors.
How did the updates that you ran in Monaco, how did they feel to drive?
Yeah, I mean, as everybody else is saying, you can't really judge anything in Monaco, but there were certainly no nasty surprises. And considering how much we changed, I guess that was a positive in itself. But this will be a true test.
How much more will you learn here?
Yeah, I think it would. I mean, we didn't learn anything from Monaco with regards to the new updates. So, this will be where we take a new baseline and build from there.
And will lessons learned here shape the remainder of Mercedes' season?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've made a lot of changes since Bahrain test. We learned pretty quickly into the season that the car wasn't where we wanted it to be. So this, as I said, should be the new baseline, and we can build from here.
All right. Thank you. Best of luck to you. Let's open this to the floor now. Who's got our first question? Yeah. Name and publication.
Off Sky Sports F1. Afternoon, gentlemen. Hope you're all well. Question for you, Max. We return to Spain, seeing your first race for Red Bull. You remember the time when everyone said you were way too young to get promoted, and you went and won the race. You're now 39 wins for Red Bull, the most for anyone at the team. What are your targets for the future? Now you're the most successful Red Bull driver. What targets have you set yourself for the future? And how confident are you that you'll have the team with you to be able to give you the success that you're desiring?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to keep on doing what I'm doing. But of course, I need to have a good car for that. But I don't know how long that will last. But hopefully, of course, for a while. I constantly want to try and improve myself every single year. Sometimes, of course, that works out a bit better than other races, but yeah, I think I've said it many times. My goal was to win a championship. I did that. Now it's about just also enjoy the moment, what you're in. Of course, I try to win as many races as I can, but I've never really been someone who was trying to break records or whatever. It's also important to have a good time and hopefully work with the people I'm working